this one. But it was saying, I don't even know if because this is the first time I'm seeing this. So let's just go through this as a class. Yeah, because Gay Magazine was like, in a recent conversation on Nick Cannon at Night, a male guest posed a question on how to tell a woman that he's bisexual and it is best to inform her on the first date. Guest co-host Dr. Mike Dow. Oh, I like Mike Dow. I think he's openly gay too. A renowned author and sex therapist and comedian Flame Monroe, shout out to Flame. Flame's been in the comments on this show, share their thoughts on the caller's dilemma. Time to have a gay debate. So, what do they say? Oh, wait. I think there's video. Let's see.
Bisexual men, my biggest struggle is telling women that I am into men on the first date. As soon as I tell them this, I can instantly see them being turned off, and everything I say after that don't even really matter. So I want to know, is it a certain time or a certain way I should let women know that I am bisexual? Because dudes don't care. I can just instantly tell them that they won't give a but when it comes down to women, they are instantly turned off. So should I wait? Because I feel like that's kind of cheating somebody out of a relationship.
Right. I'm gonna let y'all handle the
first answer for the first question is duh. You know, of course, a woman gonna go left if that ain't what she's into. You can't change a man. He was a pretty guy too. He must live in Atlanta. He was a pretty guy.
I'm screaming.
So, as a bisexual man, my biggest struggle is
y'all missed that whole joke.
I caught it.
Pretty guy too, but he on some bullshit. A woman that likes men that don't get down like that. That's just not, now this new flavor. They doing a lot of shit. But women who just stand who want a man that don't do that, she don't even want to know.
So, all right, so let me kind of understand this here, because Almond says when he goes out with men, that there's never no problem telling a man that he also likes women.
Listen, I got a dick and titties and to get down when he should get down, period.
I was about to say, you're an expert.
You're damn straight. I don't know. I had a problem with the bisexual thing. I'm telling you, men always keep talking this bisexual shit. My friend just asked me, Flame, you think Shannon Sharp is gay? I said, no, I don't think he's gay. She said, you think he's straight? I said, no, I don't think he's straight. She said, oh, you think he bi? I said, no, I don't know if he bi, but the damn show purchased. Y'all missed that whole joke.
Well, what I want to say to him is that he's doing the right thing, right? Because if the women who he is trying to date are not okay with him being bisexual, then he's doing the right thing and he's not wasting anybody's time.
Well, if a woman paid more attention to him for more than 3 minutes, he ain't have to tell her.
And with a name like Almond,
this was a little broke. I'm just saying.
Well,
anytime you go on a date with a named Almond, you might know.
And what I want to say to the ladies out here is bisexuality does actually exist. So there was this really interesting study. They put a cuff around men's penises.
Okay.
And they monitored the blood flow, right? So a lot of women are like, oh, he's bisexual. He's just gay, right? He's just, and a lot of gay men will first identify as, oh, I'm bisexual, sort of a stop on the way to gay town, right? But that's not always true.
Stop on the way to gay town.
What they found is that, yes, there were a lot of people who claimed to be bisexual who were indeed their penises, and not just what they're saying, their penises actually... What I want to say to him is that he's doing the right thing. Actually got just as hard, just as much blood flow looking at naked men or naked women. Now, what's interesting about this study, they did this 20-some years ago, and a lot of those men, when society was different, a lot of men who said they were bi
were closeted.
Yeah. But now that people are more open and it's okay to be queer, if men say that they're bisexual, chances are going up that he's actually bisexual. Because, Shakira says the hips don't lie. I say the don't lie.
Good for you, Doc.
Ooh, that sounds like a prison story. I want more.
But like you said, times are evolving. People are actually being more open-minded. So in a scenario like that, I think that is some great advice, as long as you're being open and upfront about it. But it's so interesting to hear a lot of the women in here say
it's almost unanimous.
They were like, they would be turned off by that, but then that would be the end of the date. Everybody go their separate ways.
Actually got just as hard, just as much.
But I think it's about honesty. I think that's the thing where because for whatever reason, there's a stigma to the idea that if he does have a past or if he's still attracted to, the same sex,
can I say this,
he
Nick?
might be being dishonest.
Because I've been the husband and the wife in the same night.
You keep saying that.
No, it's the truth. I'm serious. I'm telling you, from a woman's perspective, though, if it's one thing that I know, I'm in competition with a woman. I know what she got. She can do what I do, but I don't know what he's doing with this man. In my head, from the woman's perspective, because I'm always in a competition that I will never be able to reach. So that's why a lot of women say that's how I get down.
It's just a little too much.
Well, men don't mind.
What does that mean?
I mean, look at the P. Diddy tapes.
Oh, there you go.
Where we going?
Oh, here you go.
By the way, when tape number 17 come out, that was not me. That was AI.
But I think
what that all boils down to is that men are hoes and will stick their dick in everything. So I think that's where they get that from. Where men won't have a problem with the fact that, oh, you doing them and you doing women. They don't mind that because men like when two girls get together, but that's straight people speak. Women have a problem with it because I do agree with it, is that they feel like they're in competition. It's like, damn, I'm not only am I just got this man for me, but now I got to compete with you with another man. But it's like the bisexual is probably looking at it like, when I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm not sleeping with someone else. I'm not cheating on you. I'm not doing all those things. I'm actually specifically devoted to you until we break up and I happen to come across being in a relationship with a dude. And I said, there was one video I was watching on YouTube. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was talking about how he's openly bisexual. He was talking about that he likes being with men more than women because men are less drama and less of a hassle than you having to deal with all the drama that comes with being in a relationship with a woman. I was like, are you referring to just specifically like the sex part, or is it the fact that, oh yeah, I get to hang with my boys, we get to do boy stuff, but then the sex is the icing on the cake, which I think that's what a lot of guys like in that whole situation. And then I understand like some people's going in on Flame because there was some people in the comments or whatever that were saying some stuff. We'll get to that in a second. But Flame, I feel like Flame was being Flame. Flame is up in there being a controversial comedian, saying the vulgar stuff, trying to get a laugh, all the other stuff. So I totally got what that was. But I do agree with her on the situation because, some people be like, she identifies as he, she, and we. And, she is whatever gender the women, however day she feels. Some days I'm a man, some days I'm a woman, whatever. And I know a lot of people feel a way about that because they feel like you trying to make it seem like trans is a mockery, that we could just take all our wigs and pull our dick out and then we just playing cosplay for the other gender. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day, and that's not part of this show. But I also think that's another reason why women have a problem, since we talk about trans and Flame being a part of the conversation. I think that's why a lot of women have a problem with men who go and date trans women, which I know is a whole nother conversation because I got to compete with not only another woman, but I got to compete with a trans woman too. So I feel like when it comes to relationships, women go through so much in regards of men, and it's slim pickings out here regarding the type of man that they want. Then I got to sit up here and compete in this field for so many people. This is why I'm glad I live in New York. I'm single. Because whenever the mood strikes, I can just go out and get me some, and that's that. I like my independence. I like my own company. If my friends want to hang out, whatever, I get my love and all the other stuff, and from them. But if I'm gonna get my nut off, that's that. But I know a lot of people's mind is not like mine. So I like this conversation that they was having. And Dr. Mike was really on point with what he was saying in regards to that, especially talking about like how sexuality is sexuality is complex, and how people always think that that when you are bisexual, oh, you really gay, but you just like a step away from homosexual town. And yeah, that guy was giving Flaming Queen, but if he says he's bisexual, then we go. So yeah, people was in the comments, they were saying literally hate that Flame discussing anything. Very pick me. And then it was something, why is he a part of this conversation? And I was like, who's he? But I guess they were trying to misgender Flame in the conversation. Another person said Flame Monroe is the Candace Owens of the LGBTQIA plus community. That was like, who did I say earlier that we were talking about? Jillian Michaels is the lesbian Caitlyn Jenner. And then they talking about y'all ask a straight man about queer topics. Are you talking about Nick Cannon? If you're not bisexual, why is this your concern? And they talking about you think he's straight. So some people out here saying they don't think Nick Cannon all the way straight. Another person said, I don't know, because it's like, this is why I hate opening up stuff. If you're not bisexual, why is this your concern? Flame is of the generational mindset that still wants to desperately be accepted by heteronormativity. Another person, if you tell a girl you're bi and she don't like that, then she's not the girl for you. Simple. There's plenty of women who are out there who don't care for real. That is so true, because there are women out there that will put up with that. If that woman because I do feel like you need to be upfront and honest. Like, I'll say that. You need to be upfront and honest. You need to tell them on the first date. Don't string somebody along. Don't string somebody along and have them thinking that you're not this, and then you wait till like the 4th, 5th, 6th day, or y'all fall deep in love. But by the way, I'm about to, like, no, because to me, you already too deep in a relationship. Tell them on the first date. If they're not here for it, it's kind of like what we have to deal with as queer people. Like when you have to tell somebody you trans the first date. If they're not here for it, oh well. But I know that's different, because with trans people, you got to be careful with your tea and people clocking your soul, because men out here, while they like to fetishize the trans girls, a lot of them is also getting assaulted, and sometimes they life taken based off of these men being embarrassed because they got caught out there with a trans girl. So you got to be careful with a lot of that situation. So I kind of, this is a complex topic. I was like, I just added this to the doc. It wasn't even part of the show. But yeah, but I do agree with this last one where they was like, if you tell a girl you're bi and she don't like that, then she's not the girl for you. There are plenty of women out there who don't care. And maybe you need to go on the dating apps and put it out there that you are into that sort of thing and see where it falls. Because you know what? A lot of this generation is different. So I think kids are a lot more open-minded. Hold on. So yeah, with this story, let me know what y'all think on this in the comments down below.